And now, once again, I'm going to confront the whole problem of the power of rape. The spirit of rape is literally in these two words. When the male is priming the mate and inciting primal lust in the female. Okay? So the primate is the dominant, the primal lust is the submissive. And this goes back to what I used to discuss in Santa Monica in many posts in my other pages like Dreamscape Clairvoyance and all, and Facebook that I had when I had another phone, which I cannot find a code words to anymore. Once again, using the woman's clitoris as a flint matchstick and inflaming her with primal lust and you're priming her as a meat. It's absolutely undue malevolence, okay? That's basically dominant submissive. It's absolute sadomasochism. And you may not see a violent act, it's absolute violence. It's exactly what the feminists call it, okay? So you're priming her as a meat by completely inflaming her with primal lust. Proper primal lust among humans is mutually submissive. Mutually submissive. And it's not for evil spirits to indulge in, okay? Women and humans are not a treat or an indulgence for demons and upper level echelon species like angels. Okay, it's called never forgiveness. It's called the demon. It's called abysmos. It's not tolerable. Once again, and this is the key also, and I'm going to go really explicitly, bluntly into the past about the word P-U-S-S-Y, pussy. Do you know where it came from? Eros was the original. Eros was black, or brown skin, a beautiful brown skin, conceited. He was Ares' lover. Okay? Ancient Scarlet Angel Johansson, in her ancient incarnations, was Eros' femme. Okay? And you can see as well, she still reflects that absolute glorious beauty. Here's the problem. Eros, as I told you before, never accepted his birthright. I gained his birthright in the book and read it and have his birthright as Eros. I'm Eros. The key is this. He chose to call himself Alan, but it was a slick flip code word for anal. That he was anal about having anal sex with men like Ares. And he literally said, when he was confronted about why and how he felt about having sex as Eros, with Eros from Scarlet, he said, it's something worse than having sex with a cat in public. And he called her private parts a pussy. Means what? The whole concept is based on an absolutely derogatory, demeaning slander and put down of natural relations over and against unnatural. Okay? Now, hear me out. I'm going to say it again. The whole concept of the P-U-S-S-Y of a woman's private parts is based on an absolute insult against women and natural relations by someone who simply wasn't willing to just say, I'm gay, and I respect that and walk away. He was malevolent. He acted sexually, homosexual rather. It was a vormir. His homosexuality was a rivalry of his eternal soulmate. That he was built for Eros femme and despised her and made decisions outside of his very being, sinning against his own soul and caused cataclysm, as I've discussed in much longer later posts on other pages. So I'm telling you the facts of what went on. And he did this deliberately, called himself Alan. It's an extremely profane, average name, and he was the absolute height created to be of sexual love and chose to be a lover to Ares, and as Eros, with the misnomer, the cloak of maliciousness, he had the form of godliness. He called himself Eros, he was named, but he denied the power. He was a creep. Okay? So Scarlet Angel Johansson in her ancient incarnations, tens of trillions of years ago, in the higher heights of the power of the divine being as a daughter of God, and Alan, he named himself as a son, was a flip word for anal. He really meant how anal he was, that it was literally, he named himself Alan. He said, I'm so anal about only having anal sex and being against, because all of them rivaled rather than respected their eternal soulmates. Here's another surprise. Tracy Sins, Playboy Mexico Playmate of the year 2021, actually was Sanjaya's eternal soulmate in her ancient incarnation trillions of years ago. The earliest sight of them two was what? What would you guess? Sanjaya chasing her when they were infants, when they first met with a hemlock molten knife, trying to kill her. Why? Because she was prettier than him and he couldn't handle it. That's why he's the leader of the 200, Shamzaza, Shiva, the destroyer of creation. Yes, the so-called Hindu god who basically hijacked their religion. As I've said before, his stature and position is literally in her place in the religion. Okay, so once again, and in Tracy Sin's ancient incarnation, she actually saved God when he was stabbed and sucked the hemlock out of our Creator's chest, Yahweh's chest, and died. And literally absorbed fate of sorrows. She literally saved God and was called Saint Sins trillions of years ago. And she suffered horribly. For her beauty, she has been persecuted horribly. Yes, Tracy Sins. Yes, something I'm going to make note of and tell. And guess where she ruled? And guess what used to be the realm? The earthly Scorpius, literally in the Chula Vista, San Diego area, was called Scorpius. It was literally called Scorpius. Many and most of our earthly towns and cities originally had names that were direct constellation, horoscope, and astrological, and astronomical titles. Okay, and it gave you a direct connection. Chula Vista used to be called Scorpius. Yes, and in ancient days, many lives she ruled in the realm of Chula Vista and San Diego, and constantly was victimized because Sanjaya and her still competed constantly. Oh yeah, and as an Aphrodite, she has suffered horribly with all you other Aphrodites. So I'm bringing her name up deliberately because this is the reality of the truth, okay? Yes, the first sighting of Sanjaya and Tracy Sins in ancient days, him chasing her when they're infants and toddlers, as soon as they can walk, with a hemlock knife, enraged because she had the gall to be more beautiful than him. The funny thing is, these male angels, aka evil spirits, creepy spooks, refuse to accept what was. Like Thanos says, if you can't, then you will never be able to deal with what will be. Okay? Your refusal to accept what is and was will cause you to never be able to endure what will be. And that's what Sanjaya, and the name written ahead of the 200, they swore by mutual implication. Why? Because they were outraged that these women like Tracy Sins and Scarlett Angel Johansson, guess who another ancient Aphrodite? Elizabeth Taylor. Of course, another one, Barbara Streisand. Who else? Another one, Halle Berry. Many of these women, all ancient Aphrodites, and continuing to be persecuted because of male, what I call it, chauvinism, the show of vanism, that they chose to compete in the wrong way. Rather than outlove one another, they can't handle the fact that the women were prettier than them or more beautiful. Yes, bizarre. This is the angel sin. And when these angels sin this way and drop that sin down, it's like they're pooping and peeing on us. It's like a diarrhea run. So we're getting cut, so it's all over. It's the drop down. It's the domino effect. So they came down to heaven and brought their pollution with them to earth. Okay? So this is the problem, and I'm confronting it, and I'm telling you the truth. I swear by mutual implications, just as these evil angels swore, I swear as well, when I tell you Tracy Sins is the truth, you're Scorpius. You are literally, because I took Sanjay's place, and I have also taken his place in the 200 by pure usurpation. And by the way, as I said, the Book of the Dead, the Tibetan Book of the Dead, is actually a perversion and rewrite of the Book of Life of the Lamb, written from the foundation of the world, word for word, as it's mentioned in the Book of Revelation. So they got those names because most were also their eternal soulmates and Aphrodites, and went after the human Aphrodites to destroy them all. Okay? Telling you the truth. Okay? Another Aphrodite ancient, Beyonce. Her name in ancient days was Bouncy because she was so perfectly and lusciously built, okay, as she is now. But the problem is this: Jacan has taken her captive from celestial times for tens of trillions of years, and he named her Beyonce, and it became a name. It meant beyond saving. And her original name was Bouncy. I swear, by multiplications, I shit you not, and everything is bullshit. I swear to fuck the God, these things are true. You can take it or leave it, okay? Don't worry, I'm not going to attack you. It's on you, okay? Whatever. In time, you'll find out, okay? It's not that important because it's not your truth. It's my truth. You have yours, I have mine, okay? Take it or leave it, sweetheart, okay? No big deal to me. But like I said, I'm telling you the truth. So many of these women, there was a girl that I know that I work with that would even ask me, Martina Christensen, Ancient Cupid. Yes, Ancient Cupid. That was my actual ancient connection, and we ruled that house together, what, tens of trillions of years ago. Yes. So I'm going way back. So you want to talk about back in the day? I go back, way back with people, okay? So I'm talking, and that's the reason why when I would see her, she's got a son, Funny, my ancient name, she named her son Thor. She's married to a dude named Wesley. And we would see each other, and it was like the happiest reunion, because in the ancient days, we were like the two that sang up there and like lit up the heavens with joy, because we were like the happiest two people, okay? I'm just telling the truth. Just like me and Scar at 50 million BC did kilonovas, making love 50 million plus years ago, orgasms that would rock the universe. And in response from the dark side, a antimatter weapon, they're kilonova. Kilonova is when you destroy a galaxy or constellation. So we gave the orgasms, they gave it back and obliterated the Milky Way. This is the ancient days. And as I said before in other readings, we're still living through the remnants and the fighting of the Titan and Tartan Wars. Believe it or not. Like I said, I'm not going to attack you or come after you with intent to do you bodily harm, okay? So take a fucking breather. Calm the fuck down, okay? You could take it or leave it. Calm the fuck down, everybody. Okay? Nobody's going to come after you and attack you if you don't agree with me. Okay? Take a fucking breather. Calm the fuck down, okay? Thank you.